So, hello everyone, welcome back. So this is chapter 7. So we are jumping into one of the very important markets in the health economic study, which is the insurance markets. Well, I believe most of you guys have already take a look at the PowerPoint videos. So here in this video, we are basically just going to briefly go over the demand for insurance derived from the income utility models, and then we are going to use one or two examples to try to get the technical stuff out of the models. Well, there are a lot to learn in this chapter because obviously not many economists has the focus on insurance markets, and this is a specific market that study in health economics. You probably don't see this types of market in your principal microeconomic class. So this is a very, very special markets that we study specifically in this subject. Well, first of all, let's go over some of the settings in this market. So the demand for insurance basically derive from how certain people are when they decide on how much income they would like to earn in their lifespan. Well, there are many things that we have talked about, but this specific model actually talks about or assume people only care about the income. So the income utility model actually explained to us there is a different level of income we can possibly earn in life versus different level of utility we can gain from that level of income. And we assume that the utility gain from income is always increasing. So that means, well, as long as you're earning one additional dollar, it will make your life a little bit happier. However, the effect of this income will actually diminish. It will never go to negative. So that means from earning one additional dollar will not make you less happy. However, the happiness, the utility that you gain from one additional dollar you earn will diminish it. Right? So that means, well, at the beginning stage of this income level, you will see your utility gaining very, very fast. So by earning $100, you will be very, very happy because you have nothing to spend on in your life. By having this additional $100, now you can spend on food or necessity products that will give you definitely a lot of utility in your life. However, when you're gaining higher and higher level of income, well, this utility function will diminish. So that means, well, by earning one additional $1,000 income when you already have $1 billion sitting in your saving, well, obviously, it's not going to make you happier comparing to the first $100 you earn in your life. So there is a diminishing utility from income. Well, by knowing this utility functions that it's going to take this concave shapes, we can now define 2 points on this utility functions, which is the point when we have this income earned when we fell sick, IS, and also another point when we are healthy, there is a much higher level of income we can earn. Well, which is pretty logical, right? So when you're sick, you have less time to work, so you can only earn lower level of income, and also you have to pay all these medical bills or maybe medical expenses, so that your income level will definitely go down. Versus when you're healthy, you're not paying all these expenses, you're putting full times at work so that you can earn a high level of income. So those 2 points actually represent a certain payout in different state of your health conditions. And also we define different terms here. So IS defined as the income earned in a sick state, and also IH is the income earned in the healthy state. Well, the utility that corresponding to the 2 points is represented on the utility curve. However, the problem that we usually face is we don't know when we get sick. So for example, there is a probability called P to represent the probability for getting sick. So we don't know when we are going to get into an accident that we will break our ankles. We don't know when we will go out there to play basketball that will break our ankles or maybe our elbows. We don't know when we will actually catching a flu in the flu seasons. But there are certain probability that we will get sick. So in order to figure out the expected income with probability P for getting sick, well, the book has already illustrated the formulas or equation to calculate that expected income. Well, let's suppose in this diagram we represent the expected income here, the E parenthesis I with probability P denotes the expected income with probability of certain probability for getting sick. So let's, for example, if you want me to put in some numbers, so when you are healthy, maybe you earn $10,000 a year. When you are sick, you only earn $5,000 a year. Well, when you have a probability of somewhere between, let's say, 0 to 1, let's say 0.4, well, you have a probability for earning income equals to $4,000 for saying, or in this case, maybe $6,000, $7,000, somewhere between the $5,000 to $10,000. Well, with this expected income, we can actually look up and see, well, there are 2 points in this diagram we would like to talk about. One point is the expected income corresponding to the utility of that income on the utility functions. So this point right here basically represents the certain payout of this income. So for example, if this is 5,000, this is 1,000, this is let's say $7,000. This point right here represents the utility of that person's with exactly incomes of $7,000. So that's what we call the utility from the expected incomes of IP. On the other hand, because of this uncertainty in life, well, we have certain probability for getting sick and not be able to generate a full income. Well, the expected utility from earning this income, it's very different comparing to the utility on the utility function. Because, well, this point right here on the segment line between these 2 points here on the diagram, well, represents the expected utility, something that it's uncertain. Well, because of the uncertainty here, well, we don't know how much of a utility we will be able to gain, right? So if we fell sick completely, we will earn this level of income. If we 100% healthy the whole time, well, we earn this level of income. But because of this uncertainty, well, obviously, the expected utility for earning some level of income will be much lower comparing to when you know exactly how much you will earn in your life. So this expected utility from income IP and the utility from the expected income IP, there are 2 different concepts here, well, which we have described in the PowerPoint's videos. But one thing very important to illustrate in this diagram is, well, this income utility model illustrates when people facing those unexpected or uncertainty in life, well, the utility will not be as high as when the outcome is certain. And we call these people risk-averse individuals. So the risk-averse individual actually prefer certain outcomes than the uncertain ones, assuming when the expected income or the expected returns of certain investments is the same. So in this case, well, we don't know if this income are certain or not because, well, life is unexpected. So that the expected income will definitely be, the unexpected utility will definitely be lower than the certain utilities when we know exactly how much we are going to earn. Well, in order to avoid this problem here, well, insurance it's developed in the market to avoid or maybe to take those uncertainty out of our life. So the purpose of insurance, it's basically for us to choose, well, during the good time we can maximally earn this much of income, so that we are willing to pay certain amounts to someone, the third party, so we reduce the level of income in order to provide certainty in our life, in order to get on the utility functions, any point that's on the utility functions between these 2 points here. So again, the idea is to try to diversify the risks, or maybe to eliminate uncertainty in life in order to earn a higher level of utility, because obviously in this case the expected utility will definitely be always less than the certain utility that we can earn from a certain income. So we will use this model to explain insurance and the demand for insurance. And not only just that, we are going to use some example to illustrate how people actually choosing different types of insurance contracts. Well, let's take a look at one of the examples. So let's suppose I have this condition here. I have a person named Eric. He has these conditions. He is much more healthier in the year of 2000 versus in the year of 2001. That's why it makes it possible for him to earn an even higher level of income in the year of 2000 compared to the year of 2001, even though the same level of health that he can maximally attain. Basically, he's just more productive at work, or maybe he's just feeling more confidence, right, mentally. However, on the other hand, we assume the sick income for Eric in both years are the same. So that means if he fell into sick, he will always earn the same level of income in between the 2 years. And we also assume the level of income, health income, Eric earned in the year of 2000 is equal to the health income in 2001 minus some delta, just some numbers. So maybe you can actually think about this delta as $500 or maybe $1,000, just some number, random numbers. And the probability P for getting sick is between 0 to 1 for Eric. So there are some probability, we don't know what it is, but we can simply just put it as a general term here. Well, one question that we would like to actually answer before we get into the insurance is, which year does Eric have a higher expected income given the situations as the following? Well, we can simply actually write out the expected income functions like the following here. The expected income for the year of 2000, given the probability of P getting sick, is equal to P times the total sick income plus 1 minus P, which is, well, the leftover probability for staying healthy, times the healthy income in the year of 2000. Well, the expected income in the year of 2001 is equal to the probability for getting sick times the sick income plus the probability for getting healthy, which is 1 minus P, times the healthy incomes in the year of 2000 minus delta, some number that it's being deducted, which is the difference between the 2 years. Well, in this case, I would like to actually calculate the difference between the 2 expected income to see if the number is 0, which means it has no difference, or maybe the number is negative. That means, well, the year of 2001 has a higher expected income than 2000 expected income, or maybe positive. That means, well, the expected income in 2000 is greater than the expected income in 2001. So I can actually look at these two terms, these two equations here to find out, well, the expected income in the year of 2000 subtract the expected income in 2001 is equal to, first of all, well, we have two terms here which is completely the same, so we can actually cross it out. So we're doing subtractions here. And then we have these two terms here, which we would like to rewrite as the following. So I have negative 1 minus p times IH minus, right? We're doing subtractions here. So we are going to use 1 minus p times IH well, if I'm going to multiply 1 minus p to IH, I have to multiply 1 minus p to negative delta here. So negative, negative becomes positive. So in this case, the difference between the two expected income is equal to 1 minus p times delta. And we assume delta is a positive number because the fact that the difference between two incomes, which we talk about, it's delta, right? So it's only true when delta is positive number, then we will have a lower level of health income in the year of 2000s comparing to 2000s, or lower level healthy income in 2001 comparing to the year of 2000s. So that means, in this case, if we calculate correctly, Eric will have a higher expected income in the year 2000 comparing to the expected income in 2001. So let's suppose now Eric is given the choice to buy insurance. Well, in the year of 2000, he's actually getting a fair and full insurance coverage. Well, what does it mean? Well, I think the PowerPoint already explained, but here we just briefly go over. Well, by saying a full contract, that means, well, the total payoff of the insurance coverage is equals to the difference between the healthy incomes and the sick income. And also, by saying this is a fair contract, we means the premiums that Eric pays is equals to the expected payoff of the insurance package or the insurance coverage, which is the probability getting sick times the payout of the insurance company when Eric's getting sick. So let's suppose we say Eric is actually buying a fair and full insurance coverage. So that means the total payouts in the year of 2000s is equals to the difference between the health income and the sick income in the year of 2000s. And also the premiums Eric actually paid in 2000s is equal to the probability that he will get sick times the payouts in the year of 2000s. Well then, if this applies to Eric, does actually Eric has a fair insurance or maybe a full insurance contract in the year of 2001, given the fact that the health income actually changed from one year to another year? Well, let's take a look at the durations here. Let's suppose we say, well, Eric is getting a fair or full contract where the payout in 2000 is equal to the difference between the health incomes and sick income in the year of 2000. We can rewrite that payouts here. So in the year of 2001, Eric's health income is equal to IH minus delta. And it will be minus the sick income, IS, which is they have, Eric actually has the same sick incomes, right, in both years. So in this case, basically, the payouts is equal to the health income minus the sick income, which is the same terms here, and minus delta. On the other hand, we can actually use this derivations here to put in the another equations here to take a look at the premiums Eric is paying. So in the case of 2001, the premium is equal to the probability for getting sick times the payouts in the year of 2001. So in this case, the premium in 2001 should equal to P times IH minus IS and minus delta. Right? Because we are basically moving this equations here down to the bottoms. So the premium paid by Eric in the year of 2001 will be equals to P times Q00, right? This is basically Q00 minus P times delta. So in this case, basically, Eric will be getting less of the quantity from his insurance. And the price of the insurance basically is the same because the fact that still Eric is paying the fair premiums according to his situations of income change in the healthy states. But the premiums that he paid actually decrease. So he has to only pay less in order to cover for his insurance. But in general, again, he gets less of the quantity from the insurance, but he paid less in the year of 2001 because his healthy state income changed from one year to another year. Well, we are going to discover one more case in this situation here. Well, in the previous questions, we actually asked, well, if the insurance company has the right to change the policy according to the health income earned by Eric in different years. Well, what if in the reality some of the insurance policy are relatively strict and it's not easy to change? What if in the situations where the healthy income of Eric actually changed, but the insurance contract cannot be changed? So how is it going to affect the behavior of Eric? So in this case, we can actually assume delta, again, is greater than 0, so the difference between the 2 years. And we can actually write these terms here. This is basically the health incomes that Eric can earn with the insurance, right? So this is basically what Eric actually paid the insurance with his health income. So it's the total maximum income earned minus the premium he has to pay in 2000. And the year of 2001, on the other hand, will be the health incomes, the maximum income he can earn, minus the premiums that he has to pay, minus the delta, which is the wage difference. And in the year of 2000, we know it's the health insurance company actually offer a full contract and a fair contract to Eric. Well, that actually implies the income earned with the healthy state and the sick state basically the same. So we can actually write these equations here by replacing the sick state income in the year of 2000. So the sick income minus the premiums that Eric paid in 2000 plus the difference between the two income in the year of 2000, again, it's greater than the healthy income earned by Eric in the year of 2001. And then we can rewrite this to be the sick income minus the premiums plus the payouts the insurance company offer in the year of 2000, still greater than the healthy incomes in the year of 2001. And finally, we can actually get to the solutions here. So the sick incomes with the health insurance package in the year of 2001, it's greater than the healthy incomes with the insurance package in the year of 2001. So what does it imply? It basically means Eric will rather prefer he gets sick in the year of 2001 if the insurance contract cannot be amended or changed, because, well, he will earn a higher level of incomes with the health package comparing to if he stayed healthy in the year of 2001. So this is a very, very important implication. That means some people seeing the health packages or health coverage does not change over time, but then his income actually change. Well, this will imply that person has a higher incentive or motivation to actually get sick, to earn that sick income, and not working, of course, than actually being healthy to work. So the next questions that we would like to actually study is whether the contract is fair or full. So study of the fullness of the contract and the fairness of the contract, it's important in the study of insurance market. So let's suppose I have this insurance company, it's offering this standard contract in the market. So this insurance company will always suggest to charge a premium for every single individual customer, regardless who they are, what condition they are, $1,000. And they will always pay maximum of $5,000 if that individual will get sick. Assuming there is one customer out there, customer one, has a healthy income of $5,000 and a sick income of $0. So that means, well, this guy will sick and not be able to work at all. And the probability for this customer to get sick is 0.1. So that means 10%. Well, in order to figure out the fairness of the insurance or the fullness of the insurance, we have to actually calculate a few things. So number one, if we are trying to find out the fullness of the insurance, we have to compare the income being sick and income being healthy with the purchase of insurance. So in this case, the sick income with the health insurance is your sick income plus the payouts of the insurance company minus the premiums that you have to pay. So in this case, you can easily calculate by putting those numbers in. And the health incomes with the health insurance package is your healthy income minus your premium you pay, since you're not getting sick at all, so you won't get any payouts. Well, here I would say try to pause this video for a few minutes, try to plug in the number yourself, and figure out the answer your own. So let me show you this answer here. So the sick income with the health insurance will equals to sick income when customer one buying no insurance is $0 plus the insurance company offering $5,000 of payouts if this customer gets sick, and minus $1,000 of premium this customer will have to pay. So in this case, the total sick income with the health insurance package is $4,000. The healthy income with the insurance is your health income total of $5,000 minus the premium this person has to pay, which is standard for everyone, $1,000. So in this case, it's again $4,000. Well, since the sick income and health income are the same, so there is no difference between income in different state of health conditions. So that means we say this is a state independent income. It's individuals' incomes that does not depend on your health conditions. So this is a full insurance proof. On the other hand, for a fair insurance, you want to actually use these equations here, which is the premiums the customer pay equals to the probability for getting sick times the total amounts of payouts. So again, I would suggest you to pause this video for a minute and try to plug in the answer yourself. So let's take a look at the answer. So in this case, do they actually equals to each other? So R is the premiums, $1,000, is equal to P times Q, which is probability for getting sick is 0.1, times the total payout in this case is $5,000 if the person fell sick. So obviously, $1,000 is not equals to $500. So that means this is not a fair insurance. And indeed, this time the customer is actually paying more than what he is expecting to get returned from the insurance. So finally, let's take a look at this case here. Let's suppose we're keeping the same standard contracts. So where the premium is equal to $1,000 and the payout maximum to $5,000. And we have this second customer. We are expecting this customer actually buying a partial insurance. The condition is the healthy incomes with insurance coverage is greater than the sick income with the health coverage. And insurance is actually unfair insurance. So that means this person is paying a greater amount of money on the premium than the expected returns of the insurance if he gets sick. Well, what are the possible values for the income in the healthy state and the sick income, and also the probability for getting sick? We can actually use the same equations again, but on the reverse. Right? So first of all, we try to figure out, well, what's the probability for getting sick for this person in order to get into an unfair insurance scenario. So we set up the equation as the following. The premiums, it's greater than the expected payouts. So we are basically plugging numbers. So the insurance premium is $1,000. It's greater than the probability for getting sick times the total payouts, which is $5,000. So you can actually divide $5,000 on both sides. So in this case, that means, well, P will be less than, so we're doing the reverse, 0.2. So in order for customer buying an actually unfair insurance, well, basically the probability can fall anything below 0.2. Well, what about the incomes? Well, in this case, we make it easier to derive. Let's assume that the sick income for this individual is still 0. And we're trying to find out what is the maximum healthy incomes that this person can earn. So we are assuming this person is buying a partial insurance. That means the income for healthy states with the health package is greater than the sick income with the health coverage. So we can rewrite the health income with the coverage is health income minus the premium he's paid and nothing he's getting back if he stays healthy. And it's greater than the sick income with the health coverage, which is the sick income plus Q minus R. So in this case, we don't know how much the healthy income should this person earn, minus the premium this person has to pay, which is $1,000, which we assume, again, it's greater than the sick income, $0, plus the $5,000 payout, minus the $1,000 he has to pay for premium. And the healthy income, again, it's greater than, well, we have to subtract negative $1,000, so we can plus $1,000 on this side. And we also plus $1,000 on this side. So this cancels out, and this is $0. So that means, well, the health incomes for this individual must be greater than $5,000 in order to make this insurance contract partial insurance. So those are the things that we can actually apply to the insurance market to figure out whether we are buying a fair insurance or a partial insurance. But just like how we described in the PowerPoint slides, it's not necessary that we will always have to buy a full insurance or a fair insurance. There could be time where we're buying a partially fair insurance, but with full coverage, or maybe with a partial insurance, but an unfair insurance coverage, or maybe both unfair and partial insurance. It depends on the state of health that we are in and what are the preferences we have on risks. In general, the only conclusion we can make is, given the full insurance package and fair insurance package in the market, we always prefer to buy the full and fair insurance over the partials or unfair insurance. That's the only thing we can make in the conclusions. So this is going to be a very, very challenging chapters for some of you guys if you haven't studied the insurance markets before. But I would say the homework assignment is going to be a very good practice tool for you to master those materials. Again, please make use of the discussion forum, and I will see you next time.